She's nice enough, said where she was from, but I forgot. 'Cause I keep going back to that night when it was you sitting in that seat.
Well, the Sunset Concerts at Casa Loma is set to feature some of Canada's brightest songwriters, and it's happening tomorrow evening at 7:30.
And headliner for the show, Billy Raul, will be ready with some of his classics and some brand new music as well. So viewers are definitely in for a treat. And we welcome Billy Raul to CP24 Breakfast this morning. Billy, great to see you.
Great to see you guys,
Thanks for coming in. We so look forward to your performance because that's what you do best is when you're performing in front of a live audience. You just have this intimate, raw emotion that conveys from your raspy, soulful voice to the audience. I mean, you signed a record in 2017. How long did it take for you to kind of establish your own style and voice, or was that something that came early?
I think I'm still working on it, to be
Really,
honest.
yeah?
Every day, it's just kind of trying to hone in on it a little bit better. But yeah, it's been cool. I've been playing live shows for like I think 10 years now, almost. So
Wow.
it's, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night.
And, you know, we had Julie Black on because she opened the first Sunset series, and she was talking about how she loves the intimacy of this venue in particular.
Yeah.
What is it as an artist that you like about the venue itself?
Well, first of all, she's incredible. I had the pleasure of working on a song for Kids Help Phone with her, and a Serena Ryder song last year. It was awesome. I haven't played this venue specifically, but I do love an intimate venue. I prefer it. I think there's something about the connection with an audience that's like closer to you, and there's no separation. So I'm really looking forward to it. The photos I've seen look beautiful. So.
Yeah, I actually went for the opening night of Julie Black's concert series, and it was such a party. It's in this canopy tent, so I'm sure you're going to have fun. The acoustics sound really great. Let's talk about you, Billy, though, your musical history, because your father, Jody, was obviously a musician, gave you your first guitar at the age of 10, and that's what really made you fall in love with music, right?
For sure, yeah. Growing up and seeing my dad play, and he's still playing like crazy, and my brother plays, Peter, who's a little younger than me. It's just a very musical and artistic family. My mother's a painter and a writer, so it's like we're all in the family business kind of thing together.
That's so cool.
And Billy, I've been listening to music, you know, for the last several days here. Once I found out I was going to be talking to you, how would you describe to the audience your musical style? Or because I couldn't, I know people don't want to be categorized, but I couldn't figure out where you fit in.
Well, it's definitely overall it's pretty depressing.
No, but there is that darker element, I would say, but I was trying to figure out how to sort of
I'm only
characterize
just,
it.
this is just a preface because I'm playing a sad song this morning, but no, I just, I did the sound check and she goes, wow, that sounds really sad. Nice Monday morning, like pick me up. I would say singer-songwriter.
Singer-songwriter, yeah.
That, I guess, is all-encompassing.
Well, let's hear some of it now.
Yeah.
Billy, it's been great to meet you this morning. Can't wait to hear this. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. What's the song called, by the way?
Strangers.
Oh, yes,
a brand
the new
new
one.
song that just came out a couple weeks ago. It's a duet with me and the very talented Caitlin Tarver.
So you're singing that part, Jim?
Yeah. I'll try my best. Okay.
Get the words on the screen.
Karaoke. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Same restaurant, trying to make it through some bad small talk. She's nice enough, said where she was from, but I forgot. 'Cause I keep going back to that night when it was you, sitting in that seat, rolling your eyes at me. Why'd I have to know you like the back of my hand? Every scar, every freckle, and the way you like to dance. Why'd I have to go and build my world around you? If in the end we would have to pretend to be strangers again. Are you across from somebody new at some old bar? Getting a sense of whether or not you'll see him again. Or
grab on to your fascinators, hold on to your hats, because Canada's most prestigious horse race is only a few weeks away. We're talking about the 165th King's Plate taking place at Woodbine Racetrack Saturday, August the 17th. And the new, drumroll please, official Milner is Raul Larocque. She joins us live now on CP24 Breakfast. Raul, it's such a pleasure to meet you. Before we get into your beautiful designs, I want to talk about your background, because you've only been doing this professionally for 6 years. You used to be a farmer, like straight up farming of animals.
Full-time farming.
But you said that your husband is in the military and you got interested in the hat. So tell us more.
So it started out, my husband was in the military for 32 years, and we go to a lot of formal events and parades, and a hat always made me feel so much more comfortable. It's like a superpower. You have something to talk about. You can express yourself so much, and it says a lot about you. So, yep, I was wearing and collecting hats for 15 years, and then I decided to learn how to make hats myself. So, yeah, that's what started everything off, and I made hats for other military spouses. And then here I am 6 years later. So I have a boutique in Perth, Ontario. Shout out to Perth. And yeah, I've been invited to Milan for an international millinery exhibition in February that kicked off Fashion Week. And now this, so I'm really—
That's a big deal.
It's a lot, and I'm so honored. I'm honored to follow in the footsteps of David Dunkley, who is so incredibly talented, and just promoting Canadian milliners, and yeah, getting people to wear Canadian millinery, because we have a lot of homegrown talent.
We really do, but let's talk about your designs. They're all handmade, and some of these flowers are vintage. So let's go through the first one here, this design. What's the inspiration behind it?
Okay, so I was creating these while I was working on the collection for Woodbine. I did a small capsule collection for them, and these flowers I sourced from a lady whose father was a milliner, and they are made in Japan post-World War II, so they have quite a long history, and they're so beautifully made, just the quality of the materials. So yeah, and then the gold, that's one of the colors for the King's Plate. So I just wanted it to be feminine and romantic, and for women to feel beautiful when they wear something like this.
They're also different. Okay, so Raul, let's talk about choosing the right fascinator for your face shape. Maybe you can do a demonstration on what you think one of these hats would look best on me. If you want to,
let's see.
Use me as your guinea pig or model.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then talk about the hat.
So usually with hats and fascinators, they go over the part in your hair. So if you part your hair on the right, your hat or fascinator would cover the part.
Okay. So for me, it would be like this.
You're
way.
a lefty like me.
Yeah.
So we have to design on the other side.
Right.
I design for the person's personality, then their facial features, then the outfit, and then the event, and so on. But I really want to get to know my clientele first. So we have tea, we chat a lot.
The whole shebang,
It's the whole shebang. It's an experience at Queen Bee Millinery. So it's everything. So let's see. A lefty. Most of these are right. We're going to put a right on you.
Okay, just to see it.
Yeah, just to see.
Why not?
But we're going to give this.
And how long does it take you to make one of these hats? Like, which one took the longest out of, I mean, the one you're wearing is fabulous too.
There we go.
Okay.
That's
I'm doing the Sonia.
gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And it gives a bit of height too.
It does. That's the best part.
If we're a little bit on the short side, you don't want anything that comes down. You want it to lift up and give a bit of height.
And it can elongate the face.
It elongates, and it gives you just hold yourself so much higher. And so if you came to the boutique, you'd try a number of pieces on. Everything's original, ready to wear, and some couture, or you can have something custom designed for you.
It's so fun. Wow, I feel so classy and regal already. I'm ready for the horses. Take me on. I don't know. This is just very,
Yeah, and the races, it's like synonymous with fashion.
It is.
It's the King's sport, so it makes sense.
Tradition.
Fashion, and you want to feel your best, and it's exciting. So this is a romantic, very feminine collection, but I also do a lot of bright and bold pieces, so it's just a matter of coming in and
my
trying
gosh.
on, or we can do a Zoom and we can choose
custom
something
it to yourself. Yeah, these are absolutely stunning. Well, Raul, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Incredible stuff. We're so glad that you're now the official Milner of the King's Play, taking place August 17th at Woodbine Racetrack. Don't miss it. And be sure to grab your fascinator. Thanks
and
so
your
much.
tickets.
Yeah, and your tickets for the big day. Thanks so much.
Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold is playing naturally. You wanna know what brings me here? Fly through my headlights.
Well, 311 continues to rock on more than 3 decades strong with nearly 2,000 shows across 27 countries. The band is showing no signs of slowing down. I also had the opportunity to speak with original band member Peanut for a look at their stop tonight at the OLG stage at Fallsview Casino.
I think it's hard to define because you cover so many genres and you put it all in kind of one like really great package. I told you earlier, I'm a fan of your music. The fact that you've also had this longevity, do you think it's that your sound is not maybe definable, that you've been able to sort of appeal to a wider audience? Like, how do you explain that 311 is still around in 2024?
Well, I've never thought of it like that, and I think that's a really good way to put it. I'll unpack that later, but I think the thing that's really what's kept us together from my point of view is the community that's been built around the music, because it means so much to so many people. It's not just a escape or a release. It's a philosophical, like helper, it's an assistant to these ups and downs in life. So our vocalists and the lyricists tackle these kind of problems that we're all dealing with, and we try and solve them instead of just be angry about them. And I think that has brought together a lot of people, and it's bigger than music at this point, and that's what's really kept us together.
Yeah, I like that. I'm also guessing that your fan base is probably evolving to fans, of our age who are probably now bringing their children to your shows. That's kind of wild too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like adult children coming to the shows.
Yeah,
it's not like
right.
kids, because that was the case, I guess, 10 years ago. And now it's like, look at my adult human, and and we've been rocking out to you for decades and that, and you're like, I grew up on you, and and like, whoa, wow, you're all grown up. It's like it's a trip. It really is. It's cool.
How do you think you've changed over the years? Because like you said, when you were 20, Peanut was what you went by. Now people might call you Aaron, might call you Peanut. Like, how have you personally changed in this sort of evolution?
That's not a softball question. I mean, I'm a dad. I've been married for 23 years. I've got a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old boy. That family change, it was a lot, and fantastically so. I think it fits really into the lives that we've been crafting since we were kids. We had the same manager for 25 years. We've all been in very long-term relationships. 4 out of 5 of us are dads. It's just kind of that consistency was something that, I don't know, we saw coming, maybe, like there's a potential for that. So, lots has changed, lots have stayed the same. I don't know, it just feels good to be this strong and get this much support 34 years into this musical experiment.
To me, it kind of feels really authentic, what you bring and what you've brought. You guys haven't changed. I think the world has changed, but I think you guys have stayed, like you said, kind of similar. So, but what can you expect from the show coming up at Niagara Falls Casino? What can fans expect?
Oh, I've been talking to Neon Trees and AWOL Nation about the show and how much I love the show and how much I love all the personalities within it, backline, front of house, and on stage. You know what I mean? Like it's really the whole package. I call it joy mining.
Okay.
Like we're mining for joy, like, because everything's so heavy right now, where there's so much, whatever heavy lifting that we're doing, and it's nice to be able to feel really good. You know what I mean? It's not just a release. It's not just an escape. It's really like, oh yeah, I can be happy in this world, and I can be happy with all these people, and I can enjoy this moment and hold on to it for a long time. And the way Neon Trees does it is incredible. The way AWOL Nation does it is incredible. And I love doing what we're doing because we focus so much on the positive side of things. Like I was saying, like it's really the greatest way to wake up as an entertainer, knowing that the people that are paying attention to us are getting something from it.
All right, Canadian tennis is back in the spotlight as Team Canada continues through to the next round in mixed doubles at Paris. And of course, this weekend is the kickoff to the National Bank Open, both in Toronto and in Montreal. So joining us now live for a look at the landscape as one half of Canada's first ever duo to win gold in tennis at the Summer Games is none other than Canadian tennis legend Daniel Nestor. Daniel, good to see you this morning. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your gold medal win, what that meant to you. I mean, you had so many incredible victories in your career, but to win gold for Canada, what was that like?
It was amazing. Obviously, Olympics, everyone's paying attention, so it was a big deal. And but personally for me, it kind of kickstarted my career as far as winning, some majors. That was my first kind of big win. I had some good results, but gained a lot of confidence from that, and obviously doing it for Canada was so special.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And so when you look at what's happening with tennis on both the men's and women's side right now for Canada, definitely we're in a really beautiful era of tennis here, and what's going on at the Olympics. Felix through Gabby Dabrowski playing mixed doubles with him and in doubles as well. What are your thoughts on where Canadian tennis is at right now, and what do you like about what you see at the Olympics right now?
A lot. I mean, it's been about 10, 15 years since Milos broke through that everyone keeps, outdoing themselves. We have such a good group of players, men and women, and Felix is playing amazing in the men's singles. He's in the quarterfinals, and then Felix and Gabby are in the semis, the medal round of the mixed doubles. So, I mean, it's no surprise considering all the great results that we've had. They won the Davis Cup 2 years ago. The women won the Billie Jean King Cup last year. So.
When you think about your career, and you and I are around the same age, and where tennis has come, you were kind of part of that forefront, leading the way and paving the way for what's happening now. What do you feel personally about your impact on tennis in this country and where it's kind of come? I know you probably don't want to talk about that, but I think it's an important question.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, there was hope of winning a Davis Cup one day. This is like in the late 80s, early 90s. We all thought that was funny because it was so impossible to think.
It seemed pretty long shot. Yeah.
But we've come a long way. There's been great players over the years, but I think now we have such a good group of men and women's players. Something we've never had. The depth. We've had sporadically, good players over the years, but now it's a really good core group that
there's a good bench, isn't
leading
there?
the way for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk. So we go from the Olympics, playing for your country in Paris, to playing in your country for the men's and women's when it comes to the National Bank Open. I got a pretty good lineup of Canadian men in Montreal, women in Toronto. What excites you about playing the national tournament as well? I can remember watching you down under the lights.
Yeah, I mean, I always played very well for Canada and in Canada, so it was just it's our like Grand Slam playing at home. So we're very excited, and I know hopefully it's not a letdown for some of the athletes coming from Olympics. It's so much fun being part of that, and then coming here, I think will also obviously be special. The Canadian players want to play their best at home, and I think they have a good chance to maybe hoist a trophy.
What is that pressure like? So on the one hand, you got the pressure of playing for your country, like you said, but when you're playing in front of your home country, how does that change as an athlete?
Well, you want to do really well, so there's that extra pressure. So you kind of just have to stay focused, and same thing kind of at the Olympics. You don't want to get too caught up in the excitement, and start staying up later and socializing or going to too many different events. You want to focus on what you're doing, and then when you have a little extra time, you can do other things. But trying to maximize your potential and opportunity for sure.
Clearly, Daniel, you look back fondly at that gold medal win because, as you said, it kind of like opened up for you. You're getting into winning some Grand Slams, etc. I mean, you're the most successful Canadian doubles player ever. Do you look at that medal often? What do you think about when you think about that Olympic gold medal?
I don't. I have it in a safety deposit box, so I don't trust myself, so I don't look at it often. But obviously during the Olympics,
must be pictures though, or video.
Well, now during the Olympics, it brings back memories for sure. I'm watching a lot of it on television, and my family is interested in watching sports too, so it brings back some good memories for sure.
Absolutely. What are your hopes for Canadian tennis in the next 5 to 10 years? Because like I said, we're really in a great period right now. Do you see things just getting bigger, better? Like what are you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the players that we see now will still be around. I mean, considering most of them are in their mid to or even early 20s, and so I think there's a lot of great things that will come, and then plus the next generation. I think my kids play a little bit of junior tennis and competitive tennis, and it's a very high level now for both. Yeah. Boys and girls, so I think it's just going to feed on top of itself for sure.
It's exciting to watch as a fan myself. It's incredible. And Daniel, good to talk to you. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate this.
Thanks.
There's arguably no food that has become as ubiquitous in the city as the patty, despite its Caribbean roots, and patty lovers rejoice. Toronto Patty Fest is taking over Little Jamaica tomorrow with this favorite and much, much more. Joining us now is Toronto Patty Fest Festival Director Lori Beezer. Thank you for being here. Yeah. And some of the people sharing their mouth-watering food. We have Jay Johnson, we have Yvette Spencer, and we have Gordon. Oh, this is Jay, and this is Gordon. Janetho. So, first of all, Lori, second year. First year must have been incredibly successful.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yes. You never sell out of patties, though, right?
We did.
The patties just keep coming.
We did sell out last year.
Gosh.
Unfortunately, yes, we did.
That's why it's bigger and better this year, right?
Bigger and better.
Okay, so tell me, when you come down tomorrow between 12 and 5, and it's at the Afro-Caribbean Farmers Market, by the way, Eglinton West and Oakwood Avenue-ish area, what do we experience besides all these flavors?
So, music, great music all day long, and beautiful, awesome people.
Yes.
And our patty makers.
Yes.
Like, they're the star, really.
So we'll be eating and dancing, which is okay, because they had a recent study that said you don't have to wait to swim for after eating, so I don't think you have to wait to dance either. So let's start over here with Patty Genius. No, that's Patty Genius. Oh my gosh, you smack me if that's okay. Gordon Janetho, you're a Kingston 12 patty shop, which is a really celebrated patty shop. People come from all over. Tell me a little bit about your creations, what people can experience when they taste your patties.
Our patty, we have 7 different flavors. So we got beef, chicken, veg, beef and cheese, chicken and cheese, veg and cheese, and Atkins saltfish. Wow. And then we serve it with coca bread.
You've never said that before, right?
I know. We serve it with coca bread, and we serve these awesome drinks with it. So whenever you come down to Kingston 12, if you don't have the money, we'll still give you some patty to try.
Do you have a favorite of your own? That you always nibble in on?
All of them.
Okay. I like it. It's very diplomatic.
Yes. All patties are good.
Now we're turning to Jay. Jay.
Yes.
How about you? Props to you. Patty Genius Restaurant, another really, really celebrated restaurant. Yes. Tell me about what you have.
Well, we have actually about 8 different flavors. We have the ackee, the callaloo, the jerk chicken, callaloo only. We have a chickpeas and potato. Okay. We also have an oxtail patty. That's our newest thing on the menu, the oxtail patty. And feel free to drop in, and we have a sample for you anytime you come to Genius Restaurant to try J.A. patty. We have it ready for you.
I've heard of callaloo, but I don't really know what is that.
Callaloo is a family of the spinach.
Oh.
Yes, it's a spinach family.
Okay.
Yes,
that's so it's healthy too.
Very healthy. Lots of iron.
Make it strong. Okay, Yvette Spencer, you've been here before. Mermaid's Fine. What do you bring into the table?
Yes, so Mermaid's Fine, we do seafood boil and bubble tea of all flavors. We're just launching our patties. We have shrimp patties, lobster, oyster mixed with mussels. We have a conch patty, and we have a snapper fish patty, mixed veg, callaloo, and ackee, and saltfish.
I don't know how you expect me to talk after the drizzle in my mouth right now. We got all kinds of patties back here. I'm very excited. So if you want to find out more information, AfroCaribbeanFarmersMarket.com/PattyFest, or just come down. DJs, music, and patties. There's warm patties back here. Everyone needs to grab a patty and celebrate. We're going to send it to news, but we cannot send it to news without having a big bite. This is mild beef. Grab the patties, and dance. Okay.